Who's that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, thanks, folks. Got the mics quite liquid, so just pass them around amongst each other. That would be good. Get underway, I guess, David Watt.
Dave, while at it, how tough was it out there initially when you guys were sent in?
Thanks, Mel. Yeah, look, it was quite challenging. Obviously, it was very good bowling conditions with the overhead and the humidity. You know, we felt they bowled extremely well with that new ball. It's swung around, nipped a fair bit. And yeah, look, our game plan was just simple, just anything that was a bit full of a length, hit square to try and score and hold your line if the ball sort of nibbled and held its line. So it was quite challenging, but all in all, I think it was a good day.
Dave, just wondering how your hand is. Can you tell us what happened and how much pain you were in batting out there today?
Oh, well, it's copped the battering the last 2 games and in the net, so it's a little bit sore at the moment, a bit of a bruise, but yeah, I'll just see how we go after the game, and I think we'll examine it then. At the moment, it's just, yeah, it's quite tender.
David, hi.
Oh yeah, of course, in the pyjamas.
Just the 2 sweep shots you played, like one that you missed and the other you connected. Was that just the plan, or was it just impulsive, and did it have something to do with the conditions at that point?
Yeah, look, I've been practicing in the nets, and obviously with the white ball I play it quite a bit. I always said at the back of my mind, if they set a field where the goal is going to be square on the square boundary, they're just trying to hit their lengths, I'd play it in my back of my mind. So I did that. The second one was more of like a bit of a length thing. I felt like the line that he was bowling, if he fractionally bowled it a little bit shorter, I could actually go with it and play that shot. So yeah, it is risky, but in the back of my mind, I'm looking to score and try and put them off their line of length. So for me, I just tried to do that. Yeah.
David, you were on the field when the protesters got on. What was your take on it? Did you know exactly what was happening straight away? Were you happy with the response? I think you got pretty close to one of them as well.
Yeah, I think with me and Stokes, we didn't really know what to do. You know, we've been warned beforehand that might happen. And yeah, in that instance, like for us, you know, we want to protect our wicket. Obviously, we saw that in the billiards, you know, a month or so ago, and you know, just wanted to protect the wicket, to be honest. And yeah, you know, it's one of those. It's a touchy situation. You don't want to be involved in that. But for us, it was about stopping them from getting onto the wicket, and yeah, it was quite confronting because you don't know what to do in that situation. Usually you just let the people just run their course, but yeah, because they potentially could damage the wicket, we felt that we had to try and intervene and not get as close to the wicket as possible.
Did you feel safe? Did you ever feel vulnerable out there? Are you happy with the security?
No, everything's fine. No, just worried about that chalk.
Dave, can you just talk us through your, I suppose, mindset and approach difference 2019 to this tour? You know, obviously looking to be pretty positive out there, and as you said, you know, you could get one today that nips and you just nick it, but yeah, just your general approach, and I suppose any contrast with 2019.
Yeah, it was more mindset. I think back then it was more about, you know, being told a few different things, looking to defend and look to try and, you know, let those balls in the areas go. Where I felt, for me, you know, defending straight here, naturally, I think, you know, I was probably getting my positions probably too straight on front on, and now when I'm looking to score, my defence takes care of itself, and you know, naturally those balls will go to mid on if I'm defending. So back then I was probably looking too defensive when I first got out there. I wasn't actually looking to score, and I feel when I'm at my best, I'm actually looking to score all the time, and then I get into better positions to defend and play that line. And if you play and miss, you know, you're happy. But from my perspective, I'm happy to nick off if I'm in those right positions and looking to score.
Dave, can I just ask quickly, firstly, were you ever in any doubt for this match with those fingers? Like you say you'll see how it is after this one, but was there ever any doubt about this match?
No, there was no doubt. It was quite sore, but initially it was more in the palm. I got a hot spot on where my thumb is, and then every time the ball hits the bat, it just jars. And then today I got hit back on the knuckle again, which I think Mohammed Shami hit me in that World Test Championship. So Our batting coach got me in the nets as well 2 days ago, so it's a bit sore. But I've had my hand in the ice bucket all afternoon, so we'll just play it by ear and we'll assess it after the game.
And just on your own form, mate, like have you sort of felt like big runs are coming the way you've been batting the first couple of tests on this tour? Like I know there haven't been big runs, but it looked like you've looked pretty in most innings you've played and sort of moving like the way you have been when you do score runs.
Yeah, look, I felt in total control. I think the last sort of 6 to 8 months with where my game is. I'm moving into the ball, my feet are moving. It's not just playing with my hands. The odd one I will play with my hands when I'm out there, that's just natural. But for me, I've put in the hard work. I've really worked my backside off to have that trigger movement, to access the ball, to be brave and come down into the line of the ball and try and put the bowlers off their line and length. So, I felt like I was onto something special in the World Test Championship final. And then last game, same thing. I feel like everything I'm putting in the nets is actually, coming out there in the middle. So I'm excited by it, and I think, if I can keep, getting myself in and keep that momentum going with my feet, a big one could be around the corner.
David, could I just ask you about Travis Head's innings? Seems like he really sort of thrives in those situations, coming in final session and counter-attacking.
Yeah, Trav's Trav. That's the way he plays. It's exciting. He's going to come out there, and to be honest, lucky he's on our team because he can take it away from you in that sort of that half an hour patch. Striking at over 100 on that wicket's exceptional, and that's what you get from Trav. He applies the pressure back onto the bowling unit. I felt they bowled pretty good to him first up. The ball was moving a little bit, and then he countered. He just manages to hit them through backward point or get on top of the ball that's rising off the wicket, and he just finds a way. And he's in a great form patch at the moment, and hope they keep continuing it for us.
Dave, just in terms of what you're saying there about moving well to the ball and feeling like you're in a good space, can I ask specifically about Stuart Broad? Do you feel like you're in a better place against him, having faced him a little bit now in the series?
Yeah, I always feel like I'm in a good place when I come up against Broady. I think, statistically he's got me out a lot and he's bowled a lot to me. For me, it's just getting to the right positions. You're going to have your name on one of them, and that's what I was saying. I felt like in 2019 I went the other way. I went too defensive against him, and I got myself into the positions where I was too front on and I was nicking off. But if I'm looking to score and I get into that position and hold my line, so be it. Like how he nicked me today, and I was fortunate enough to be dropped. I was happy to be in that position because I was actually in a position where I was looking to score, held my line. I'm never going to be a batter that's going to have my bat behind my pad. I just don't play that late. So I'm happy to be a little bit in front, but if I'm playing the line of the ball, I'm happy for that to happen.
David, the selectors, I suppose, ahead of this tour, it's sort of like a little bit of a door ajar around your spot, at least for the early part of the Ashes. Do you feel as though now you've done enough to ensure that you can get to Sydney, as you sort of flagged a few weeks ago?
Yeah, look, for me, it's about just, backing myself and playing my game and doing the best for the team. That stuff, I played a lot enough cricket to realise that I'm already at the back end. I'm going to enjoy my retirement once I'm done. But the most important thing is here, putting my best foot forward for the team, bringing the energy to the team around training, and then trying to put that out and put numbers on the board for the guys. So that's all I'm focused on. And as I said before, I'm not worried about my spot in that team. There's a lot of other players coming through as well.
Just very quickly, what did you make of some of the commentary from England in the lead up, given you've had a few words to say over the years? What did you make of some of England's comments in the lead up to this game?
Comments of?
Just around Zach Crawley saying we're going to win this by 150 runs. Ollie Robinson and his comments.
I haven't really, to be honest, I haven't really seen many of the comments. You hear it here and there, but that's all behind a paywall. So unless you're going to give me a subscription, I probably won't read it.
Finish off.
David, just to go back to the protesters, you mentioned you were warned in advance that might happen. Were you told that as players you kind of had licence to act and to intervene if that did happen?
No, we're actually told to stand away and just be careful. But for us, as I said, we know what they're trying to do to the wicket. So for us, it was about, not manhandling them like Johnny, but for us, it was protecting the wicket and the best interest of what we felt out there. And, I don't know what that chalk does to the wicket, but, it would have been a long delay and we wouldn't have wanted that. So, yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.